Hello, folks, and welcome to Telling Tinder Tales, the podcast where the search for love often goes wrong, dates get weird. The one thing you can rely on is we'll have a good laugh about it. With me, Chris O'Neill.
And me, Thomasin Lockwood. Every week our guests call in from all around the world and we hear their wildest, weirdest and occasionally even wholesome dating stories.
So I'm based in Ireland, the home of the sexiest accent in the world, apparently.
Yeah, and I'm based in London, the place where even your Uber driver will ghost you.
So now let's jump into this week's tales. Thomasin, who have we got calling in this week?
So we have two guests this week. First of all, we have Dan. Hi, Dan.
Hiya, nice to meet you guys. My name's Dan. I live in London, but I'm originally from Bournemouth and I'm a content creator.
Very good.
Lovely.
And Liam.
Hi guys, my name is Liam Duffy. I'm originally from Galway in the west of Ireland, but I'm calling in today from Knock Knock Comedy Club in Copenhagen.
Impressive.
And about me, I do stand-up comedy. I make some little videos on Instagram sometimes. And otherwise, my job, simply put, is I'm a beer plumber.
Beer plumber. Right, okay. So,
Ooh, lovely. I could do with one of those.
It's the good part of plumbing.
I'm really worried about what it might be.
I don't know what that is. I'm going to be real.
So I think we'll, just to keep that matter in abeyance, Dan, have you a story for us and would you like to share it with us, please?
I do have a story for you. I mean, where to start, really? My dating history is a long and winding road full of many apps, many websites, you know, the Grinders, the Hinges, the Tinders, the OkCupids, etc. But yeah, like I basically got to the point where I was like completely over dating apps, right? I was, you know, enjoying the single life, doing my thing. But one day I decided, you know, I don't even know what made me do it, but I just jumped onto Hinge, right? And I had my profile already set up and everything. I just went through a few of these like responses. And I found this person who was like, seemed quite cute and like, I liked, you know, how you do like the little responses and answers and stuff. Like they were quite cute. They were about like anime and about music. And I was like, oh, okay, that's cute. I like that. And so we like agreed to meet like right away. I was like over the whole chatting online and getting ghosted stuff. So I was like, cool, we're going to meet up. Like, I think it was like 2 days after we chatted. And so we went to a pub, just happened to be 5 minutes around the corner from me. And we just hit it off right away. We were talking about all my favorite things, Beyonce, and my favorite kind of crisps, which I'll come back to in a minute. It's part of the story, right? And my favorite kind of crisps, by the way, beef and horseradish, Tesco, like deluxe ridged crisps.
Ooh.
They're honestly the best thing if you've never had them. They are absolutely amazing. I don't know why we were talking about it, but we were. And then we left this date and I was like, wow, it's all going so well. And like, I don't know, like I don't even know what I was thinking, but we were just walking down the road back towards my house and there was like autumn leaves everywhere. It was like late night time. There was this gorgeous little black cat, right? And we were walking back to the flat and he went in for a kiss and as we were, you know, having a little smooch in this like ridiculously picturesque kind of situation, this little cat started like, you know, where they rub up against you? Like it was like intertwined in between our feet as we were kissing. And I was like, this is the most Disney experience in the world. And this was like, yeah, a few days before my 30th birthday. So I was kind of like, wow, okay, maybe the 30s are going to be great. And on the day of my 30th birthday, the night before I had a party and I had a text from him and it said, go to your front doorstep. And I went to the front doorstep and opened the door and there was a gift. And I was like, oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, God. I've met someone crazy. He's already got it. It was like in a big bag. And I was like, oh, my God, we've literally been on I think we'd actually been on 2 dates at that point because we met each other like 2 days later. There was this massive bag. I was like, oh, my God, no, this is like too much. Anyway, I opened the bag and there were 15 bags, huge sharing bags of beef and horseradish crisps from Tesco's. And cut 2.5 years later and we're still together and he's probably listening from the other room.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, and we now live together. So
And the cat's there
that's
too?
fine. No, not yet. I found out later that he's actually allergic to cats, so that's something we're going to have to deal with.
Oh, I love that. He was so desperate to kiss you. He was like, all right, my throat may be closing up right now with this cat rubbing up on us, but it's worth it.
It's worth it, yeah. But yeah, so that's my story. The one that went well.
It's always reassuring. Thomasin, have you any particular questions to ask?
I have a few, but my first one is actually, I love how a lovely man comes to your door with a gift and your reaction is, he's crazy, which I think my question to you is what in terms of like gift giving on dates, at what point is traditionally an acceptable time to get a gift, do you think?
Well, it's an interesting thing because like he's told me since that like he like asked around friends and said, is this crazy to like to buy him a gift 2
Just
days
going
after
up to his
or whatever
friends
after
with,
we
like,
met.
Arms full of radish and beef crisps. Like, is this crazy? Do I look
like,
crazy?
Is this the right? Yeah. I think once he told them that it was crisps and not anything more like expensive, then that was like, okay, that's the line. And I think that's the thing is that if it's like, you know, like a fun little quirky thing or like a cheap thing, then that's okay. But if I think it's based on how expensive it is. That's,
like a diamond
watch, the crazy meter. Yeah, that would be. I mean, I wouldn't say no, but I also wouldn't say yes.
Just on the purely technical matter, had he ordered them to be delivered or was he lurking in the background when you picked them up?
I don't think he was looking. I think he put them down and then ran just in case I would open the door and find him there because he was like, I don't want to be there like lurking. Exactly. So yeah, he like legged it and then just hoped that I'd found them, which I had.
If he is there in the room, if he remembers, can you ask him where he hid? Was he like hiding behind a tree or like behind a car? I just really want to picture the scene.
They're asking, after you drop the crisps off, where did you hide? He said that he went home first and then texted me that they were there. Just so just to really.
Whereabouts in London do you live? I'm going to go and stolen.
Well, there was a little wall, so.
Yeah, how long were they there?
5 minutes. This was the other thing is that we just met on Hinge, and it just happened to be that we were 5 minutes walking distance from one another.
Oh,
so yeah,
all right,
so
that's
yeah.
fair.
I mean, it was very good for
That's okay.
early dating, like convenient.
Liam, have you any questions for Dan or observations?
Yeah, like as you said, it shows really, really good, I think, gifting sensibilities. Because as you were saying, you know, it's not giving someone an expensive gift to make you feel weird or anything. And it's not one packet, it's 15. So it's a gesture. It's definitely a gesture. But how has he kept up that level of gift giving?
Just more crisps each year, like
I mean he's
60.
He's really good. I mean he's done the crisps again as like a little anniversary thing, but then he waited till I got home from work and had them like one packet of crisps like going up the stairs as I came in.
Yeah, some people do like rose petals leading to the bedroom. He's just got crisps.
But we do crisps. Yeah, and he's very good at getting tickets to things and surprising me, like which is and he's definitely kept up with
Very
that.
good.
Oh, Dan, that's so lovely.
Excellent. I will say this, I don't think the analogy with the rose petals is really all that appropriate. I don't know that a bed covered in crisps would be particularly romantic.
Well, you haven't met us.
Well, I would have thought horseradish could get places. Anyway. Correct.
It's a little bit spicy. Hey,
Oh,
yeah.
is that's what people mean when they say they like it spicy in the bedroom?
Yeah, speaking as an Irishman, I regard this as a betrayal of Tato, but we'll move on. Anyway.
How dare you? Well, I think with that, it's time to move on to our next guest, Liam. Whenever you're ready, we would love to hear your Tinder tale.
Yeah, so this particular one, it was life-changing, but it could have been much more life-changing in like a criminal sense. We'll get to that.
Shit.
But the real criminal in the story, as you'll come to see, is the hotel industry and their practice of putting two beds together to pretend it's one double bed.
Ooh.
Okay? So I was working out of town at a festival, and I was at the time ravenously single. And I was being very clear, I don't live here. I'm just here for the weekend. See what happens. And then I got matched with someone, and she was Swedish Iranian, and the cherry on top was in her little bio. It said she was a medium.
Ooh.
That she was psychic.
Okay.
So if you match with a psychic, it's meant to be, was the idea. And
I thought you meant like size.
yeah,
I was like,
that would be
what?
like, come on.
Yeah, right.
But we were chatting, and then eventually we decided to meet up, and it was like 11 at night. So it was very clear what's happening, more than likely. We meet up, it's good, we're having fun. We decide we're going back to the hotel I was staying with for work. And then we begin the business, essentially. And then she says, is there anything strange or kinky you're into? And I'm like, I'm a modern man, I'm open to things. And she says, well, I have something. And she said she likes to struggle.
Oh.
And I'm like, okay. See where this goes. So we kind of begin sizing each other up, really, and then we get into it a bit, and then I come to see it's just like wrestling, Except it's much sweatier and I have an erection. And I'm good at wrestling. Like, me and my brother wrestled a lot. And I was thinking about that, and it's like, I shouldn't be thinking about that now. I should focus on what's at hand. Just add that to the list of things not to think about during sex. And we're carrying on, and it's really physically tiring, to be honest. Sex is a physical act in itself, but combining it with the struggle, as we're calling it, it was, burning both ends. The room's getting torn apart slowly. There's my body hair everywhere. She has like big, beautiful, thick Iranian Persian hair, and that's getting everywhere. And, it's trying to stay focused, trying to stay on it. And then I think more about wrestling again, and I think about, WWE and all that. And do you know what a power bomb is?
No, please explain.
It's a wrestling move where you get the person's legs on either side of your head, and you pick them up from their back and you throw them down. It's a power bomb. It looks awesome. And I managed to get one of them in, and I get her up in the air and I slam her down. And as she lands, the bed's part like the Red Sea. And she falls down into the little crevice, like doubled over. And she looks really far away from up there. I'm a bit worried. And I know it was only a second, but there was a second when she didn't move. And in that moment, in my mind flashed all the Netflix specials, all the podcasts, all the journalists hassling my brother about wrestling. And I was really worried. I thought, fuck, I've done it, haven't I? And then she gets back up. It's fine. Her eyes open. She crawls out from the crevice. I don't help her because I don't know if it's a trick and she'll pull me down. Otherwise I'm a gentleman. I don't help her out. And she gets up and, we have a breath, and like 2 kids after a long day of playing, we finish with vanilla. And at that point, falling asleep, I'm thinking, if she's really a medium, she should have seen the power bomb coming.
And your criticism in all this is of the
beds,
hotel industry and their bed construction.
Yeah, it almost put me in a very tricky situation.
Okay.
If you're paying for one double bed, okay, it operates differently than 2 single beds.
Mm-hmm.
In normal bedtime activities, there's a chance you end up in the crevice.
Was this very much a one-off activity, or did you meet to fight again?
We had breakfast. It's a hotel. It's a, breakfast buffet. So I made that clear from the beginning that we could do the breakfast buffet. We'll just pretend she's a guest. So that was probably most of the deal in the beginning.
Is that how you hooked her in? Because my question was going to be, how do you... I've never done that sort of, 11 p.m., this is what it is kind of thing. How do you entice someone to do that?
I think it's just when you get 2 people that are just in the right mindset. And I think we both came off weird enough in our profiles that we thought at least we'd have an interesting time, and we did.
What weird things were those?
that I was showing?
Yeah.
Oh, I think it's just how I look, to be honest. I don't know. I generally wear tropical shirts and I don't close them very much. And then I think it's, on Tinder, I don't know if they still have it. It's been a while. You can show what music you listen to on Spotify. I think that's like a good way of specking someone out as well. Because it says a lot, because it's what you do listen to. It's not what you want to show you listen to, because it pulls it from the app or whatever.
That's true.
So, small subtle things that can show you're not, for lack of a better term, basic.
And if you were, after this experience, going to be a wrestler, what would your sort of your tagline or theme be? Would it be like, I'm going to put you down the crevice, or like what? Like, I want to hear like John Cena. Can you smell what the Rock is cooking? Like, I'd just love to hear more about that.
Yeah. Oh man, I think it's definitely going to be crevice based, isn't it? I think it'll be like how they pull things out from under the ring. I'll just pull out two beds, and then I'll slam them between them. And then I close them and they're gone. It's like, I'll put you to bed.
Put you to bed.
Put you to
That's
bed.
good. Yeah.
Dan, what's your reaction to all this?
Well, I'm still hung up on the medium aspect, like, because I didn't actually come into the story as much as I thought it would. So did she prove that she is truly a medium? Did you talk to the dead during this time or after at breakfast, maybe?
I think she said, if I'm remembering right, it takes a lot of energy and you kind of need to prepare a bit. And we both have had a few drinks at this point. So I think it was like a kind of, if you meet someone who sings in a social setting in a bar, you don't say, well, sing a song then, will you? It's like, that's my work, leaving it at home.
Fair enough, yeah.
How do you feel as a comedian when people like tell us a joke? Like, do you get that on dates?
I normally just like, do the money symbol with my hand. Be like,
Nice, yeah.
I don't give them out for free.
I mean, I would like to add to the story actually. Just I also dated a wrestler for a little bit, and they were tiny as well, but so strong. And I don't particularly like to struggle, but this was a struggle, let me tell you. When someone like actually like can do those the power bombs and that, I mean, like, she never put me down a crevice, but they.
At least not that particular crevice.
I think if wrestling is maybe like a sport that some people would like to bring to the bedroom, what, Liam, do you think would be like the worst sport to bring?
Fishing.
I think I'm done here.
I don't think there's any good part to it.
Croquet. Anyway,
Oh dear.
now that it worked. So I think we've had an interesting episode. Everything and anything. Yes, I'd like to thank our guests. Thank you to Liam and Dan. Thank you very much. Thank you to all our listeners.
Yes, thank you so much to our listeners. If you liked it, please, whatever platform you're on, give us a like, a follow, a subscribe, give us a review. It really makes a difference to an up and coming podcast like us in terms of the algorithm. So please leave us a review, especially if you liked us. If you give us 5 stars, I will send you a packet of horseradish and beef deluxe edition crisps. If you give us 1 star, though, I'm going to powerbomb you down the crevice. So be warned. Dan, any final thoughts or anything you'd like to say?
Yeah, thanks for having me. My name's Dan, aka Lucent Music. Search me online, YouTube, and if you want to check out my podcast, it's called Criminally Underrated. It's all about underrated music.
Very good. And Liam?
Yeah, you can follow me on my Instagram to see when and where I'm doing comedy and enjoy some short videos. My Instagram is Duffy When Wet, because my name is Liam Duffy and I'm more fun when I'm wet.
Okay.
So Duffy When Wet.
Right.
It's easy to remember.
I can see why your profile was weird.
Worryingly easy to remember.
Well, thank you so much, guys.
Thank you, Liam. It was great to have you. And remember, we're doing the live show this weekend at Buxton Fringe and all through August at the Edinburgh Fringe Festival. So come along and say hello. And all that's left to say is goodbye, folks.
Bye.
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 Goodbye. Telling Tinder Tales is hosted and produced by me, Chris O'Neill, and Thomasin Lockwood. Produced and edited by Lucy Regan, with music by Kinkas Moreira. It's a Jesters Comedy Dublin production and is no way affiliated with or endorsed by Tinder. If you have a story to tell, please get in touch. Details are in the show notes. And if you like us, instead of swiping right, follow us on Instagram and or TikTok at Telling Tinder Tales.